There it goes. It was okay. I thought I was gonna have to make a new live because it was just spinning for like a minute or two, and I was like, "For real, yo, what's going on?" Let's see. Okay, at least it's working. Whew. All right. Thank goodness. Yeah. So I hit go and it didn't go. It said going live and it was circling and circling and circling and then nothing. And I was like, well, if I reloaded it, it might knock me out all the way. But I tried that and then it took me back to the page like I had never gone live versus like if you're already live and it glitches, you're kind of screwed. But so that's good. Yay. Uh, Yay, good for me. Glenn and Shannon, Salty Life. Hello, what's going on? Mike Birch, what's happening? Lonely Hitchhiker Kent, hello. Auntie Ann, always a pleasure. Hello, I hope you're feeling better. I know you were not feeling well last week. David Glunt in Delaware, hello. Reverend Joe Jacobson, what's going on in Iowa? I'll tell you what's going on here. It's cold. It's mighty cold. It's very chilly. I think somebody just said that goes to our church that it's supposed to feel like 3 degrees tonight and like into tomorrow. So that's fun. That's so fun. I love that. You're great now. Oh, good. I'm glad. You want our temps here in Indiana? It was 3 this morning. No, thank you. No, thank you. The funny thing is like it'll say like it's 20 degrees outside, but we have this. I think it has to do with the southern humidity. I saw somebody else explain this once that we get like we have this water in the air, and so it's it makes when it's cold, it makes it colder, um, and so it just becomes like this icy, like wet air that just permeates your soul, basically, and it's not pleasant. And so that's kind of what's going on right now. It's just getting in there and getting you cold for sure. Uh, let's see what else. What? Hey, the 3 degrees. We're a great group. Never heard of them. Our real feel last night was -14. Holy molies. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we didn't move to Oklahoma. There's a few others, but that was one of them. They definitely get a little bit more severe winter weather than we do. We get like a couple days of ice and snow, and then we're back to 60 and 70 degrees, you know. We might stay in the 40s, like now that we're getting late, like I think in a week, we're supposed to get colder, then we're supposed to get warmer. And then the beginning of March, we're supposed to get like more snow and ice potentially if it tracks the way it's currently tracking. So we'll see, which would be crazy for the beginning of March. But my poor little daffodils, they may not make it. They started to bloom and then we got hit with this. So I may not get to see my daffodils this year. We'll see. It's 20 here and snowing. Yeah. Sub-zero temps here overnight in the midst of a week of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's been cold. 18 here feels like 3 in Texas, says James Hall. I'm telling you. Yep, same here. The humidity here is the same way. It makes it colder in the winter and hotter in the summer. Yeah. I don't mind, like, it doesn't stay that hot for that long and it doesn't stay that cold for that long. And honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The majority of the weather here is not that different than it is in San Diego, where everybody covets our weather. We just have more variety in between. And it's what makes everything so green and beautiful and lush during those beautiful days. So I'll take it. He is, Greg. Yes, Bunko is currently in the house. He's actually upstairs in bed, asleep. He has 2 places he likes to hang out when he's in the house, and it's either upstairs on the bed or in the window seat next to Lundy. So he kind of alternates. He did come out this morning with me and have coffee on the front porch. It was a little bit warmer then, and it has definitely gotten colder as the day progressed. But I'm telling you, in the 3 degrees, I did not know that. Must have been pre-Supremes. Happy Wednesday, everyone, says Shiloh Acres. That's right. What's happening? Hello, Mary and Miley's Adventures. What's going on? Miguel de la Cruz, how are the older animals taking it? Everybody else is fine. I mean, the outdoor livestock, they like the cold weather for the most part. Usually gets a little bit persnickety. Um, just, I mean, the wind can blow the wrong direction and she'll be in a bad mood. So it's kind of hard to tell. The farrier did come earlier this week. And then we just gave her a new hay bale today. So she's happy right now. Everybody's good. Everybody's good outside. Sai's doing great. Our new little lamb, he's doing great. A little Ramalama Ding Dong. He's doing great. The goats are doing great. The two dogs, of course, love this weather. This is like they live for the cold. They love it. They were like running around and rolling in the snow, and like they think this is like Christmas. They think it's the best. So, my flowers are popping out of the ground with snow around them. Same here. My daffodils are like they have snow on the top of them. I'm like, well, Charlene Grady, what's going on? Greetings from Tupelo. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Arcana. You're just down the road. You're probably just as cold as I am right now. Extreme low temps are not common here. Only happens every several years. This is not fun. Yeah. This Arctic blast that's moved through that brought the snow into Florida a couple weeks ago and into the bayou in Louisiana. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but me neither, Billy. I'm telling you, my hip was cranky this morning, and yeah. I'm looking forward to some warmer temps just so that my S1 joint and my hip are a little bit more comfortable, let's say. Just a little bit happier. Finally caught alive. Snow canceled church tonight. It canceled it for us too. Man, Frankie didn't have youth tonight. They didn't have school today. I'm kind of like 50-50 as to whether or not they're going to cancel school for tomorrow because the roads are going to be really icy because it got warm enough after the snow for a few hours that like we have icicles currently hanging off of the roof of our house and off of the sides of the vehicles. So I can only imagine there's portions of the road that are like iced over right now, and the buses won't drive. If the buses don't run, then school's canceled. So if the buses can't run, then they call off school because everybody rides the bus. I mean, pretty much everybody rides the bus. So, because we're all, spread out everywhere. So. Don't talk about the weather too much. You'll get demonetized like Tim. What? Oh no, I missed that. I didn't hear about that, David. Oh my. Paul, you're so cheeky. You're so cheeky. These things, this thing is warm. It's got like the fleece inside. So like when the wind whips, it like doesn't come through. And then I have on two pairs of pants right now. I have a pair of leggings on, and then I have a pair of pants that are just like this on the bottom. So I feel like the Michelin man, but I'm warm, so I don't care. But oh wow, I wonder what he said. My goodness. Armored Ghost, have you seen Californians in Mississippi? Well, I am a Californian in Mississippi, so yes. Um, I haven't seen any others. I have met some other people that are from other places outside of just the South, because sometimes just like in Arizona or California, you'll find a lot of people that are like in California that are from Arizona or vice versa, just because they're next to each other. So you'll find a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm from Alabama, like our preachers from Alabama, but I haven't met anybody else. I know there was another family that moved somewhere near our town, right around the time we did, like shortly after we did, but I have not run across them in any of my goings around town. So I don't know. I don't know. Mississippi slushies on sale. Yeah, well, you make slushy right now. Oh, gotcha, David. Gotcha. Yeah. I stay away from all that stuff. I have my opinions, but I don't share. So, I won't say it. Don't worry. I won't say it. That's funny though. I mean, I'm not surprised, but that's interesting. Yeah. Well, God bless America is all I have to say. Hey, Larry, what's going on? So, no, to answer your question, armored ghosts, I have not seen any others here, but I know they exist. And I have met like a few army brats and things that, because whenever I find somebody you have to understand, in our town, everybody has really thick Southern accents, like real thick, and in the surrounding areas as well. So when I'm out and about and I bump into somebody who sounds like they're from the West Coast or from the East Coast, I'm always like, "Where are you from? Like, you are a foreigner." Like, I'm curious. I'm always like, "How'd you end up here?" Because So it's just always kind of funny when I do bump into somebody that I can tell is not from Mississippi or the surrounding, area. You know, I won't say it. I won't say it, Mike. I won't say it. There are quite a few that have relocated to Biloxi, Ocean Springs, all early retirees from the Bay Area of California. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Because it's not one of the states you hear people about, you hear about people leaving California all the time, but they go to Arizona and they go to parts of Texas, and they go to parts of Tennessee and Idaho, and that's really the main ones, I think. A few to Florida, but that's like the main ones. Um, I think that was one of the reasons why when we told our friends we were moving to Mississippi, they were like, "You are? Really? Why?" you know? So I was an army brat when I was younger. Then I grew up into the army. That's right. Sometimes that happens. The sky is falling. That's right. That's right, Ace. No kidding. For the lambs, check with Junids. They just had one more on the way. Okay. I'll have to see. I'm trying to find some that are like in Mississippi or in a closer part of Tennessee. I found some that are like 7 hours away and 5.5 hours away. I'm trying to find some that are a little closer that I can do the trip comfortably in a day, like leave early and get back, in the day. Um, so we'll see. I'm still kind of I, not gonna lie. The last few days I did kind of drop the ball on it because we shifted our focus to really trying to get the brooder done, and had a couple other things pop up, and so you know now I'm like, okay, well, I gotta still try to find my lambs. So it is what it is. Gotta make it happen. When you get around people from the South, your Southern accent comes back. Moved to Mississippi from Southern Oregon 3 years ago. That's right. There you go, Alan. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of um, people that once they come here or once they visit, then they move here. I feel like because it is a great place. I think it's really underrated. So, our eggs a luxury. Good Mississippi too. Not in my house because I just walk out the back door and get them. And so, not for me. I've heard some people say that I guess it depends on where you shop. Um, I looked at the egg prices not that long ago. They weren't too bad at our local store, but I have not checked like in Starkville or Tupelo to see what they were at. Because honestly, I don't care because I don't buy them. It would be like if you said, "Well, how much is a gallon of milk?" I'd be like, "I don't care. I never buy a gallon of milk." Like, it's not things that I buy. Like, if the price of broccoli goes up 50 cents, I notice, but like, I don't notice that. I did not. I did not. He's been working. Yeah, he's been working. Plenty of eggs up there in Canada. Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason, I mean, y'all know the reason for the egg shortage is they euthanized a lot of birds because of the bird flu outbreak. I won't get into my thoughts on that on here, but you know, it is what it is. So there's that. But I do like having my own supply, and I'm able to store some. I'm able to give some to my neighbors, and still have plenty for the three of us. So I don't worry about it. Mama V, what's happening? She's making herself a butter burger as we speak, probably. Yes, you definitely need to get some rest, Mama V. 100%. I'd love to move there, but I want your neighbor's property. Are you talking about the one with the big lake? They are in mid-central. Mid-central. Gary, I don't know which comment that was. Was that about the lamb for Junod? Maybe that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure. A dozen large eggs are $8.83 at the Piggly Wiggly. Oh my, really? That's crazy to me. It is what it isn't. That's right. The chicken species will live forever because people love them. That's true. That's true. I mean, and it's funny to me every once in a while, and more often than not, like I run into people a lot that are like terrified of birds. And they're like, I can't believe you have chickens and geese and ducks. Like, oh my gosh, that's terrifying. And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, their beaks freak me out, or like they're just scared of them. And I'm like, I don't understand that. But like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not scared of. I don't think there's a single animal that I'm scared of outside of anything that lives in the ocean is off limits for me. I'm not a fan. I feel like it's all basically trying to kill you in the ocean with very few exceptions. And so I don't like to go in the ocean. There's too many things that I can't see. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm obviously I wouldn't want to like come up against a bear or something like that. Probably would not end well either. But I just feel like for the most part, most land creatures I'm good with. Land and air creatures I'm good with. Like I don't have a problem. Okay. The D is silent. So Junos. So what? Okay. Junos, Bristol, Oklahoma. Oh, so that's a little. So that's like an 8-hour drive for me, at least. If anytime anything in Oklahoma is about 8 hours for me. Do chickens interact with ducks? Well, yeah. I mean, if you keep them together, they'll interact. But the only thing you have to be careful of is one of my favorite topics. Y'all know, if you know me, you know. There's only 3% of birds that have a male appendage, and ducks are one of them. So, and chickens are not. So they are built different. So if your drake is too amorous towards your chickens, you can't have him around them. I have only had that problem once with a drake, and it was a young drake, and we called him immediately. Um, and all of my other drakes that I've had, including the two that I have now for breeding, are chill. They don't try to mess with the chickens at all. They stay with themselves. Now, the one funny thing that's happening right now is my my Roman tufted goose. Roderick, he's the only Roman tufted I have because he was sent to me by accident. He was supposed to be a Sebastopol gander, and they sent me the wrong breed. And long story short, he's adorable and I love him and he's a good little watchdog. But anyway, he is taken to being amorous with the ducks. Doesn't mess with the Sebastopol geese at all, but I've seen him having some love time with the ducks, which is funny, which they are equipped. They can handle it. And in theory, they can have babies, but they'd be mules. There are some cases where that's happened. So, it is what it is. I saw something about chicken suppliers were running out of chickens. So many people are trying to raise chickens. Well, I know that there was some concerns also having to do with the bird flu. I could see how that's happening as well, David. I always put my orders in early because I plan for the year. But a few years ago, it was like I think it started in 2018. We had the Newcastle virus in California, and that you could not get birds. You had to get them. So what they were doing was they were getting them in, they could still ship them in Arizona, but they weren't letting you do it in California. So they would ship them to Arizona, and then the feed store guy would go get them and bring them to the store, and you would just basically put your order in with them, and then they would just call you when they were in. So we found a way to circumnavigate it, which was still legal, by the way, but it was a thing. Yeah. Yes, Billy, that's right. Hit that thumbs up. Shiloh Acre says, our egg prices aren't too bad in our area. It's just the shortage that's getting us, which of course will also cause the prices to increase because supply and demand, yo.
Yeah, I stopped investing in crypto this week and started investing in eggs.
Well, yeah, literally, because you're building my brooder. I can make all the birds we need now.
We have all the birds we need.
Never enough. Until I have a little wee baby flamingo in my hands.
Yeah, I honestly think there's a lot of that going on again right now.
What are you talking about?
They were saying during the Big C, a lot of people were buying chickens. I think there's a lot of that going on.
There's some of that going on right now too, 100%. And which hey, whatever. I just hope that people that are doing it, I think a lot of the people that did it during COVID did it out of boredom. They had house chickens. They didn't know what they were doing. They got house ducks and weird stuff that they were doing in their house. I just hope that people realize that these animals are, a several year commitment, and that you can't just keep them in a shoebox under your bed, So.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it wouldn't end well. Yes, the Diva's here.
That's a good idea, Armored Ghost. Start a meme coin. It'd have to be cleverer than chicken coin. It'd have to be like.
Oh, your Costco ran out. Ooh, Lori.
It'd have to be like. Oh, let's see. Elon farts a chicken or something. Yeah. The meme coins are weird. Yeah.
I don't know what you're even talking about, but I believe you. Okay. You still need to raise more young to cook the older. That's right. That's true. The original chicken futures. Eggs.
How many people in here?
Right,
let's see, 96 people. How many people in here actually have a stake in any kind of cryptocurrency? I'm just curious.
What's up, Gypsy Trails? Hey, Randall. Or was chickens the OG egg futures? That's right, Dog Catcher. You'll never know. Although they actually think they answered that question, but that's a whole thing.
Paul Henneman, not me. Okay. I know a lot of people are weirded out by cryptocurrency, but
I am. I don't understand it at all. It's fake money in the computer. I don't get it.
A paper bill is fake money.
Yeah. Well, it didn't start out that way. It is now, but it didn't start out that way, which that is still, I've tried to study that so many times and it still doesn't totally.
What, blockchain? Like how crypto works?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
like you've explained it to me. I think Trey tried to explain it to me after you explained. I still don't get it. Bottom line is I won't mess with it. I'll let him do what he does with it, but I don't. Not let him. I mean, he's gonna do it, but like I'm gonna let him be the captain of that ship because I don't like the ocean, which is fair. So there's that.
Foreign currency. That's what you're investing in, Larry. Foreign currency. So you're really counting against the U.S. dollar there, which I mean, yeah,
that's right.
Gamble might work out for you.
I get you again. I get you, Lynn. I get you. I know. I have my own, and I've touched on it here before about my theory about when we had Newcastle in California, and then all of a sudden we had the vid after that. So I have my theories.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean anybody that thought that conspiracy theories were, just off the rails.
I work in cybersecurity.
Second guessing that now.
I used to work in I work in cybersecurity. I used to have to block all the crypto mining whack-a-mole. The ocean is full of so much food, and I do eat a lot of the things out of the ocean, but I don't go into the ocean to get it. I am no Ariel. It's not happening. I only like things I can touch. No crypto for me. That's right, Kevin. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, we don't really have an ocean right here next to us, so that's not where we want to get our food from.
We were talking about creatures earlier and how I was like, a lot of people are scared of birds or chickens. And I'm like, I'm not scared of any animals except for like stuff in the ocean because that freaks me out.
You would be scared of a bear.
Well, that was the example I gave. That's the example I gave. But and I said it wouldn't end well. I wouldn't be excited about it. But like for the most part, like when I meet somebody who's like, I'm terrified of chickens, I'm like, why? Like what led you to that fear? Because that seems very logical to me. Like sharks to be scared of, yes, makes sense. Other creatures that we don't even know, in the megalodon in the water down in there.
I'm pretty sure there's no megalodons down there. I mean,
listen, there's a lot of the ocean we have not even explored.
If you trust that there's a megalodon, but you don't trust cryptocurrency.
I didn't say I don't trust cryptocurrency. I said I don't understand it, which means I can't trust it because I don't understand it.
Right.
Like, because I can't say like, oh yeah, I get it. Like it makes sense. And then like, I don't at all. Not even a little bit.
I don't know who thoroughly actually understands it, but I would
think Elon does because that's like his Dogecoin or whatever. Wasn't it Dogecoin? Bitcoin? What's the one he had? Doge?
Well, I mean, he backed Doge a little bit, but it wasn't his coin. I own some Dogecoin actually, and it's up
so fancy
a lot since I bought it. And that's a meme coin, so it's not really. It's
not the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on another coin. So you got Ethereum and Bitcoin and probably another one, and then other coins are based off of their blockchain, and so they're like in that category. It's like this is an Ethereum coin, this is a right.
Sure.
And then there's XRP, which I think is going to go to the moon personally, but I don't know. I mean, don't go buy much of it just because I said that, because what the heck do I know?
I have no idea what you know. I mean, I'm not scared of snakes, Joe Jacobson, but like I also would like stay away from venomous ones. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, but like a regular snake, I'm not scared of.
So David, that roof's not done. That was just I put an underlayment down just to get water to shed off of it before I have time to put a roof on it. So, and I actually may have changed my mind about the roof that I'm going to put on it.
Oh.
I was planning on putting corrugated tin roof on it, but I'm thinking I actually might wind up doing shingles.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. One, because I opted to go with the appearance of square over square. So I built that around against the edge of a shop, which don't have to worry about square. It's one straight line, right? But then there was a storm shelter out here, and I built it between the two and over all the way over the storm shelter. Well, the storm shelter was not actually perfectly perpendicular to the shop, if you're following me. Which means that if I had made this thing perfectly square,
there would have been a gap.
There would have been a weird angle on the roof near the storm shelter, and it would have appeared to be unsquare. So I went with the appearance of square over square.
Which I didn't talk about that specifically, but I had some questions on our last couple of videos about the Bruder build. And so I actually went out there and filmed today. It'll be Friday's video, kind of explaining that what we did versus like what people thought we had done. Some people had thought we had basically like messed with the integrity of the storm shelter in some way. Like we had drilled down into it or something with the roof. And so anyway, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
But anyway, so I'm thinking that it's actually going to be easier to put a shingle roof on it, because I can cut those shingles and maintain that appearance of square easier than I can the aluminum. So Anyway, I don't know.
That's right.
I haven't bought the materials for the roof yet, so I have until the moment I go to buy materials to decide. Plus, the other reason that I was thinking about doing shingles is because, you know, I enjoy teaching Frankie new stuff, and she has helped me
She's
put
not done shingles yet.
aluminum roofing on or tin roofing on before, but she's never done shingles. So I'm thinking might be a nice little project for shingles.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Perhaps.
Big
Shingles
countries
are
in the
pretty
house.
easy to put on a roof like that and probably cheaper. Yeah, maybe. That could be.
Yeah, I don't know what the price difference is going to be. Honestly, I haven't looked, but you know, there's no ridges. It's a straight
You have a smooth brain.
run.
No ridges or lumps, no valleys or bumps. Smooth.
Okay.
Frankie and I say that all the time. Hello from Texas. What's up, big country? Shiloh Acres. I'm not prejudiced. I just don't like anything that moves and looks at me as if I'm a snack. That's right. I feel you on that one.
What's dog catch you're talking about?
Your boring coins.
Based
fake
on the,
money.
you know, market. I mean, it's speculation is I think the word you're looking for, and that is true with most of the stock market too. If we're being honest, speculation. You know, we speculate that
I call it
Nvidia
gambling.
is
'cause I
going to
feel like
have.
it's gambling.
We speculate that Nvidia is going to have a good fourth quarter, earnings release, and somebody says something that alludes to maybe Trump met with some, and all of a sudden that on speculation goes through the roof, and then it resets. And
I wonder if you're in like Gamblers Anonymous, if you can play the stock market, because wouldn't that still be like gambling?
no, the stock market's definitely gambling.
So they wouldn't ever be able to have investments in stock because it's essentially gambling. I don't know.
Well, they could have investments in a 401k that somebody else is actually playing in the market with. They could have
I guess
bear bonds and REIT, essentially it's like a ETF for real estate, really. I mean, there's places that you can invest your money that you're not watching the stock market and going, ooh, should I sell? Should I buy? Should I, like I do?
Yeah, I don't know. Orange Caesar can move markets with a single tweet. Never heard of them, but I also don't tweet. So there's that. Mike and Frankie remind me of me and my pop and sister. Aw.
Yeah, Shiba, that's another one, Christopher, that it's a meme coin that I actually decided not to buy, but I did buy a Peep, which is another meme coin. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Doge made a lot of people millionaires once upon a time. That doesn't mean it's ever going to happen again. I mean, I think when I bought Peep, it's like 0.000006 or something like that per coin. So for that to go up to a penny, yeah, that would be huge. It'd be massive. But who knows? It's gambling.
Big Country says he's freezing his butt off. I don't blame you. It's cold out. Yep.
Yeah.
Paul Honeyman says, love to watch you and Frankie working together. Mike reminds me of when Dad was teaching me to do DIY as a kid.
I hear you, Alex. Precious metals are, they're a go-to for a lot of people. Silver and gold. I have some physical silver. I don't have any physical gold. But, who knows? Physical silver might very well be a good currency in a shit hits the fan scenario, right? But honestly, I think bottles of $9 Costco vodka are going to be your best currency in that type of a scenario over silver, because what are people going to do with silver in that scenario? So.
I think I thought the same thing, Shiloh Acres. He was like, did Mike say peep as in the marshmallow bird? No, I don't think that's what he meant.
It's a meme coin. Pepe. Pepe, I think, actually. It's Pepe. Pepe.
Oh, nice. Auntie Ann said that Jared invested in GameStop when it blew up and made a decent sum off of it. Nice.
That's good. But yeah, I mean, precious metals hedge against inflation too, so in a normal market. So there's that. you know, and silver is probably less
Little.
volatile, really, in my opinion, from what I've watched, than gold. But yeah, I mean, my personal opinion is if you're going to invest in precious metals, figure out how to invest in physical precious metals.
There you go. Dawn, just popping in to say hi. I have the flu and it's horrible going back to bed where I have been for the past 2 days. I'm sorry, Dawn.
Miguel de la Cruz has got the post of the day. Precious metals these days are 5.56, 45 ACP, and 9mm NATO. Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
I mean, 223 Remington also, in case, because if you're not shooting it through a 5.56 barrel, you may not want to be shooting 5.56 rounds. But.
Glenn says, well, if you've got a pile of food and I've got a pile of gold and the you know what hits the fan, it won't be long before I have a pile of food and a pile of gold.
That is exactly how that goes. Yeah. If you got what they want and they got what it takes to take it.
Well, you never know. I mean, a lot of people like those little marshmallow guys. That's true. I've had some that were okay and some that were really nasty. But I don't know. All of them are not good for you. But you need chicken soup and a few good hot toddies, says Paul. That's true.
Yeah, I've watched gold skyrocket before, and then reset to a fair market value. So, yeah, I mean, to me, precious metals are, in fact, to hedge against inflation. If you honestly think that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, or to have on hand for physical currency if the dollar went to, you know, worthless. But for me, they're not an investment for growth for the future. That's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me who have a better education in investing than I do. So you should listen to them.
Yeah. So this weekend, I think the goal is going to be weather permitting. No sleet or rain or whatever. Obviously working on the brooder.
Yeah.
Whatever the next stages need to be. And then Frankie's going to be flitting about between, she's going to be gone like all day Sunday.
Yeah, Frankie hardly has time to help me with stuff anymore. I get like one day every 2 weeks out of her.
She's busy. Well, she's got a like a date Saturday night with her boyfriend, and then she's got Sunday. We have pantry boxes in the afternoon, and then she's going straight to Winter Jam from there. So,
right,
be busy. She's a busy lady, but hopefully we'll make some progress.
I would like to get it done this weekend.
That would be amazing.
I was hoping to like take tonight off. I worked on it last night. I was hoping to take tonight off.
I forgot to tell you both that dinner was ready like an hour ago, didn't I?
I don't know if you forgot or if you did it intentionally, but either way, you did not tell us that.
I totally forgot.
And then I was going to try to work on it a little bit tomorrow after work, you know, but now it's looking like tomorrow's going to be colder than tonight. And then I was going to try to work on it a little bit Friday after work, and then really, like, you know, yeah, there's a little bit left to do.
Yeah. It'll be fine. And I talk about this, and there's a spoiler alert for you guys for Friday's video. The reason we're not as like, oh my gosh, we have to hurry up and get it done right this minute is because due to the weather, the Postal Service has stopped shipping birds this week. So my window was the week of February 17th. And so they basically blocked off this week as an option. So they may ship out next week, but it also depends on where you fall in them trying to make up orders from having to push orders back.
Good evening, SW.
So we'll see. They may be next week. It may be the week after. We'll find out.
Yeah, we are making progress. You're right, Christopher. We are making progress, but boy, it just never seems like you're getting enough done. You know, I mean, you can look back and you can go, "Wow, cool. We got some stuff done," but it just never seems like It's just the list of
never
things that
ending.
you want to get done is always so long.
Yeah. And we used to do the same thing when because we did a lot to the property in Ramona, but we always were like, man, we didn't get enough done, or man, we didn't do this, or man, we didn't do that. And then sometimes our friends would come over and they'd be like, you realize you've done a lot. Like, have you looked at the pictures, the before pictures again? Because like you guys really turned this property around. And we really did. I mean, we worked really hard on it and did a lot both inside and outside um, to make it more of what we wanted. And we would have stayed there forever if it wasn't for the fact that it was in California. But
Oh yeah, California ran us out,
yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, they did. But and I feel bad for the people that
But
are
Mississippi
stuck there
welcomed
more.
us with
They
open
did.
arms.
They did. They 100% did. Which, is good. Like, we weren't sure because we didn't, it's not like we have family in the area that we were like, oh, we're moving near our cousins or whatever. Like, we didn't know a soul in this town. And we were like, let's move there. And then we ended up with the best adopted family out here that we could have ever hoped for. So we're very blessed.
Dog catcher talking about farming in their area has transitioned from mostly annual crops to perennial seed crops to more and more orchards, vineyards, and hoppy yards. Yeah, the annual crops and the perennial seed crops, honestly,
Thanks, Randall.
are they're turning into um, a chemical race to who can grow the best annual row crop with the least amount of quality soil and fertilizer.
Mm.
And and it's crazy, it's scary. I mean, it's completely destroying the you know all the soil.
Yes,
It's
Larry.
terrifying.
Her boyfriend knows that he has pew-pews, but he's a good boy. He's a good kid. We like him a lot. We like his family.
What are we
Like
talking about?
Frankie's boyfriend. Her beau. Her gentleman caller.
Oh, he don't need to worry about her peepews. He needs to worry about my peepews.
Well, no, no, no. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, the Williamsons. Is that the same Williamsons that I follow on TikTok? Hi, either way, but I'm just curious because I can't see the logo on my
It's a
screen
little bit.
because
It's a
I
little bit.
also don't have my reading glasses on right now. So you get squinty, sultry staring at the computer screen right now, Sid.
They say they are the same
Ah,
Williamsons that you
nice.
follow on TikTok.
Nice. Nice to sort of meet you.
Are they in somewhere in the South? What's their genre? Comedy, cooking,
Yes.
politics.
No. I haven't
No.
seen any political stuff, but like, yeah, they do a lot of cooking and family stuff, and I haven't seen anything pop across my feed lately,
Come
but
to Alabama and
they're
help
doing like,
help you with some raised beds. I mean, we could have a conversation about that depending on where you are in Alabama. Alabama's only 45 minutes that way
yeah, if
from
you're
us.
just on the
So
other side, I mean, if
depending
you're
on
on the
where you are,
other side of Alabama, it could take a minute, but
we could have a conversation.
I tell you what, if you find me some sheep over there, then it really makes my trip
Yeah.
worth going.
Yeah. Hey, look, I love raised bed farming. I'm not doing any raised bed farming right now.
That's not true. You have one raised
Oh,
bed.
that's right. We do have one that was.
And you have another one that you haven't.
That was a sponsorship deal. So, but now that I have the ability to do row crop style, essentially thrown up beds on the ground, right, 100-foot rows, I'm doing that. But for 15 years, everything I did at the last house and the house before that was all raised beds.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of raised bed farming. I think that for growing food for your family,
What's that one?
makes sense.
Hugel culture. I just like the word Hugel culture.
Hugel culture?
How do you say it? Hugel culture?
Hugel culture.
Am I saying it wrong?
No, you're just saying it.
Like Woolboro?
It's a German word, so.
I'm giving it extra.
Yeah, we have a conversation about going to Alabama.
Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. The Williamson.
Alabama folks are good people, says Christopher Baham.
I mean, they don't have good football, but you know.
Oh!
No, she didn't.
Shots fired over
No,
the
she
bow.
didn't. But I did. What was? Hold on. Let me. What was that? I just need to see.
I don't know what you.
I saw something.
Do people eat peacock meat? Yes, they do.
They do, but we
It's a
don't.
pheasant. I do.
No.
It's a pheasant.
No.
So can be an expensive pheasant.
MT Homestead, what's happening?
Unless your neighbors just got peacocks that get loose and go wild, and then it's just a pheasant.
Oh, Sid, you're in trouble. Roll Tide. Hail State, baby. Hail
That's
State.
All right. That's all right. Hey, our preacher is an Alabama fan.
He is. We tease him mercilessly because the whole congregation
His state.
is state.
Yeah.
And the whole town is state. There's like 3 people in the whole town that
We're like 30 minutes from state.
yeah, well, 45, but yeah.
Well,
But like there's like 3 people in the whole town that like Ole Miss. But
Right.
everybody else is state.
And they live on the outskirts.
Yeah, nobody talks to them. I'm just kidding. We egg their house because eggs are so cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I forget what I was saying. Oh, but we tease him all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's fun because he'll get up there and he'll be like, look, I know. It's like that's the first thing he'll say sometimes.
Some Sunday mornings he'll be like,
I
know.
I don't want to talk about it. But he's funny. Is it
MT, what's going
you're
on?
home alone, MT? Where is Terry? And who's minding you?
Right.
Like you can't do that.
Unsupervised.
Yeah, that's not okay. I mean, at least when I go somewhere, I have Frankie usually still here to like keep him in line and like make sure he eats and like, you know, and does stuff. But like, I don't know, man. 10-minute warning.
Oh, Glenn. I'll tell you right now, Glenn and Shannon's Salty Life, that's animals getting in my garden is one of my just absolute it'll make me say a swear word. It will. And I don't care and I don't care what animal it is. Cats, you know, whatever. You're right. Blackbirds, nature, you know, natural.
A lot of the blackbirds, the crowy birds.
It's a lot of your ducks. I watched your ducks pull my garlic right up out.
Don't talk
Oh, we talk about it. About to have some duck.
I'll feed you a duck egg and you'll be happy.
No, I'm gonna eat a duck.
Okay, we can eat a duck. There's
All
some
the
in the
ones,
freezer.
all the ones that know how to
I'm gonna
like my garden.
We're gonna switch things up probably after this season here, and we're gonna probably phase out the Muscovies, and I'm gonna get a flightless duck that is a good egg layer. I know there's several, like there's the runner ducks and the whatever.
And see, I don't even
good
want
layer.
ducks. Like having duck eggs is not enough reason to have a whole nother kind of animal.
Oh my gosh, yes it is.
Because every type of animal requires its own.
No, the ducks I can throw in with the chickens. Everything's kosher. They don't need anything special. I don't do anything special for them that I don't already have out there. I have the little water bin for.
Except that now,
what?
If you have ducks, so each like the area where you keep your chickens can only hold so many birds.
Yeah.
And a duck equals 2 chickens.
Chicken and a half.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get rid of those ducks.
But you're like, no.
Different.
I can have 20 chickens plus 20 ducks plus 4 geese plus 5 turkeys. 10 turkeys. It never stops. It never stops.
Well, you have a lot of seeds. So there. I have poultry seeds. Eggs are just.
I have the
seeds.
right amount. I don't overseed my garden, do it.
Listen, Linda, you have.
I space my okra.
Exhibit A, the shop.
Like
there is rows and rows of seeds and stuff.
That's right.
For the garden.
That would be like having. That would be like having. Like boxes and boxes of stuff for birds, but not having the birds. The plant is the bird. When I go and I plant plants in my garden,
listen.
I space them properly. I don't overplant the garden.
Hey, I want you to write this down.
You're
overplanted.
your chickens, your poultry can overgraze.
Listen.
like
Listen, it's fine.
500 square feet of ground in a day.
They make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you only let me have one kid, so I get to have all the birds. That's the rule. Right? That's how it works. Pretty sure.
Crikey.
Pretty sure that's how it works. Sid, your birds are stealing the seeds. Well, it wasn't unintentional.
I actually like duck breast. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he may have been making a joke because he said foul taste and
Oh.
texture. But I do like it.
What was that?
Kung Pao duck. Peking duck. Yeah. Ducks. No ducks in the pond. No animals in the pond.
Christopher, it's pretty good. It's growing. It's growing. They're working on growing that farmer's market in town, so it's getting there. It's getting there. Raised pigs, they're medium smart. We have raised pigs in the past.
And we may again.
Yeah. Guinea fowl are the rabbits of birds. Avoid. We don't have guinea fowl, but our neighbors do. And they are in our yard, like in the front, and they do come around the back of the house and they venture out into the horse pasture.
And as soon as they venture into the garden, we're gonna find out what guinea fowl tastes like.
Oh, that's possible. Mike, do you like sleeping with this beautiful woman? Then shut up.
Oh yeah, peacocks. Yeah, I mean, I've seen peacocks create just flocks. They get wild and sure enough, they go right on the barbecue.
I love them. I want to have peafowl again. I absolutely love them.
They make no sense.
They make so much sense. They really do. Sometimes beautiful things don't have to make sense.
She wants to have a petting zoo.
Look, beautiful things don't have to make sense. Look at me.
Hey, you doggone sure don't make sense.
See, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful and I love them. And they also do eat snakes and ticks and stuff. And they make I think they make the most beautiful sound. I love their.
It's actually way higher pitched than that. It's so
I think
annoying.
It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
It sounds like someone's dying. It literally sounds like you think the sound of people dying is beautiful.
It's lovely. I love the sound they make, which I know. Oh, my phone's ringing. I was like, why is my thing over here making noise? Who's calling me? We don't know. Now they're calling you. What the heck? I feel like I should
Must be important.
Hold on.
Who is it?
Hello?
Oh, it's one of those calls.
Yeah, scam call. I figured it was. But it was a
peacocks.
AI.
There you go. Peacock sounds like a little girl stepping on a Lego on a hardwood floor. I added the hardwood floor part. Because you can step on a Lego on carpet with some good backing.
They sound beautiful.
And you'll be all right.
They sound beautiful. I love them, and I think they're beautiful, and they sound beautiful, and I love everything about peafowl. I think they're amazing, but and they can live for like a really long time, like 50 years.
I think they taste good.
But see, here's the thing with.
But I like pheasant.
But peafowl, they only have a very small clutch, so that's why you don't really eat them, because they don't procreate fast enough.
The only reason I don't eat them is because there aren't any around here.
Well, I should fix that.
Only if you want me to kill them and eat them.
Well, I'll let you eat some. I'll tell you what, if I grow some, I'll let you eat some.
No, first of all, peacocks were on top of our house. You are not keeping
on top of the house. They never got on top of the house.
You're kidding me right now. They got on top of the house.
They never did that.
Yes, they got on top of the house.
That never happened. That was turkeys.
You are not keeping peacocks out of my garden.
And they weren't our turkeys.
No. I'm not going to build a Mexico fence around my garden just to protect it from your petting zoo.
Why not?
Because I have guns and ammo.
So mean. What are you going to do about the wild birds and stuff that get in there all the time?
I have guns and ammo.
But you miss most of them.
What do you mean I miss them?
I don't mean like you miss them. I mean like you miss catching them in the action, so you don't stop them. Yeah,
well, when they actually do some damage, then I'll set up out there and catch them. They've done hardly any damage. You know what's done a lot of damage?
I know you always want to blame it on the ducks. It's not always their fault.
And your goats.
There was the one time,
Was it? How many times
okay,
was it?
Multiple times, but but I would like the record to show that I kept saying he was not climbing over. He's coming under, and you were like, no, no, no.
Either way, this is a
And
goat
he
that
didn't
we
come
were
under.
supposed to have eaten, and she turned it into a pet.
But now it's okay because now we're gonna have. He's gonna be.
And I don't have any broccoli, cauliflower. What else was in that?
Listen, it's okay because he's going to be
So
size.
it's okay.
Yeah,
she says.
because he's going to be size weather companion, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is fine. Oh, DD5 is not going live tonight because they have no interwebs.
Oh no.
Sad. Build that fence, baby. That's what I say. I mean, honestly, my dream, giant aviary. Giant. Like huge, huge, huge.
The biggest.
The biggest.
The best aviary. Nothing bigger. All the birds.
Yes, that's my dream. All living together.
And my dream is it's on a different property.
Yeah. Why are you sending to mama? Good Lord. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on the birds. Peacocks are very beautiful. They are, Miguel. I'm telling you. They really are. God invented scarecrows. Yeah. Well,
they don't work.
Yeah, they just
Scarecrows
land
don't
on
really
them.
work.
You have to have something that's like moving or like the. I know people say the CDs on twirly doos that works for people. But you know.
Again, if it was wild animals that I was trying to protect the garden from, that'd be one thing. I'd have to build some infrastructure, but it's not. It's her pets.
Well, because I think honestly.
No, don't just go ahead, lie to me.
Well, I think that Kusi and Tash, our livestock guarding dogs, really help keep the deer out of the garden because they don't come up to that front side anymore. If they run along the roadside now. They don't come that close because the dogs bark them away.
Wow, is that a true statement that state hasn't beat Bama in 17 years? Somebody fact check that.
That can't be right because I swear we won a game this year.
Somebody fact check that.
Yeah. Birds eat human food. They become human food.
That's right.
That's right. Something like that.
Legs big enough to make a quiche.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I know exactly what Birdie's talking about. No,
we
ain't
the
getting
emu.
that. We ain't getting them. No, we ain't getting them neither.
Listen, have you seen a baby emu? Because they're so adorable. I want a baby emu so bad. I want to raise it and love it, and I want it to follow me around and be amazing. I want an emu and a flamingo.
So all the animals that she thinks like love her and she raises them and they follow her around and they're amazing. You guys should see her trying to keep them in line.
Listen.
Like I stood in the warmth today.
That was the goat.
At the window. I stood in the warmth today and watched her and Frankie try to feed a round bale to the goats and sheep.
So listen.
And
the goats
getting the round bale with the tractor and getting it to the gate was not the problem.
No. Listen.
The problem was
it was her when she was leaving is when they wanted to follow the tractor and I had to pull Dan and Caroline back.
Mm-hmm.
But they were fine. It's not like they listen to verbal commands. They're goats. I mean, sometimes I feel like they listen, but I don't know if they do. But
they heard you say words.
Collars, and I just held their collars and moved them.
See, I don't. It's not that I don't like animals.
I was just like a tractor.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like animals. I just don't value the bond, the relationship.
Oh yeah, time's up.
With a lot of outside animals. Like I'm okay with one dog. I'd be good. True. Wow. For me, it's like those animals make food, make money, improve the soil. Like there's all kinds of reasons animals are awesome. I just don't want to be their friend.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess DD5 is going live tonight. So they're going to be starting right now. I guess their internet is up. So go show them some love. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. The Williamsons, make sure you email me if you're still in here. And I hope you have a fabulous, blessed rest of your night. And remember, guys,
safety's off.
Hot mic, hot mic, hot mic.
Always am.
Always am.